going on, my SafeMoon friends, my SafeMoon family? I got a lot of questions from people watching on my live stream on YouTube right now. So do you guys mind if I ask like 4 or 5 questions right now, or should we wait till later?
That's fine. You can ask a few questions. Maybe it'll answer some of the other people's that are waiting.
Okay, great. All right, so the first question has to do with the bridge that was built with PSFM. So since we have the bridge with Ethereum now, can we buy Shiba Inu or other ERC20 coins with SafeMoon right now?
In terms of directly swapping them on Uniswap, I don't know. I don't know if there's any pairings that have been put up, but that might change in the future. So with reflections, it makes providing liquidity a little tricky. But for right now, I actually haven't checked on Uniswap what pairs are available. But I mean, if people provide liquidity for it, that could theoretically be possible.
Okay. Hold on one second. Sorry, trying to get through all my questions. Okay, so the next one is, so I guess while we're talking about the bridge, at least for my audience, there seemed to be some sort of confusion. They had some high expectations of transaction volume just multiplying 10 times, 100 times with the single bridge. Could you just go into a little detail about the benefits of the bridge and why they should still look at it with an optimistic point of view here, and for the bridges to come in the future?
Yeah, that's a good. So, in my video, I even said I didn't expect the bridge to be a massive volume catalyst. It's more of an infrastructure catalyst. It sets us up to not only scale way better, but also just raises the number of direct use cases that we can have for now and in the future. And the bridge setup, we're still perfecting and optimizing it, but soon I expect, especially with the addition of other bridges, we should see not necessarily a lot more volume, but more things to do with your SafeMoon. And you can buy NFTs with your SafeMoon. You can stake with your SafeMoon. You can vote with your SafeMoon. There's going to be other use cases that come up and around eventually. So right now, the app developers haven't really. There's not too many for SafeMoon to be used. But personally, knowing that it's on Ethereum, it's really interesting to see what people would create in the future for SafeMoon to be used in, because the Ethereum ecosystem is massive. And if there's a coin that gets a lot of traction and is used a lot, app developers will create an ecosystem, not necessarily an ecosystem, but an app for that coin to help it per se. And I'm not sure if there's any right now that are geared towards SafeMoon, but at the end of the day, the bridge listings, it's not necessarily just like a volume catalyst as, say, the exchange, but it sets us up so we can provide use cases easier and that we can scale better. So even if there's a bunch of transactions going on BSC, that we won't be able to not buy or sell our SafeMoon. I don't know if any of you guys remember from the last bull run we had. We actually shut down some of the nodes at BSC because of all the transactions we were doing, and so many transactions were failing. None were getting through at all. People couldn't buy, people couldn't sell, and it was really weird, and it was scary because we were still early. We didn't even have any exchanges we were on. That was just from people buying. So the bridges are definitely exciting and needed, but not necessarily in terms of a volume standpoint, if that helps at all.
Definitely helps, and I think that clarifies some of the benefits for sure. The next question that I'm getting a lot of is cryptonomics, and it has to do with the exchange. So what is stopping other exchanges from implementing cryptonomics? And yeah, I guess that's the question. I mean, there's multiple forms of it, but that would be the question.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the thing in DeFi, is the fact that everything's public and open source, so people can just copy things. That's definitely a thing that could happen. I have been told, I don't know how true this is, that there is some legal standpoint we have done to protect ourselves from that happening. I would wait until more info is released on that before I say anything officially, but that's definitely been a thought in our minds, and we're definitely working towards making sure it would be harder to just copy and paste us opposed to anyone else per se.
Beautiful. Yeah. And then I know you said you can't talk much about the trust or about the wallet, SafeMoon wallet, but do we see a future potentially where there can be some sort of transfer from wherever we hold our SafeMoon now to the SafeMoon wallet without the 10% fee.
Yeah, that's definitely an area of that's definitely an interesting area and a big thing we were trying to figure out how to do optimally. I don't necessarily know if it will happen immediately or at all, but that's definitely one of the bigger hows that we're trying to solve right now. And there's a bunch of good ways that we have to do it. So I would say that's a big push for us. So I wouldn't expect it per se right away, but be open to that, definitely.
Right. So there can be.
We don't want people to lose 10%. We don't want people to lose 10% just to hold on our wallet. That wouldn't be optimal.
Right. Okay. Perfect. And then the last question I'm getting, and I don't know if you guys would know the answer to this, but it goes back to the CERTIC audit and if those issues are still being addressed that were brought up, those vulnerabilities that were brought up in the CERTIC audit.
Yep, they are being addressed. They can't be changed right now because you can't change code on the blockchain. But the issues that were brought up in the audit are we acknowledge what they are and we acknowledge what can be done to prevent certain things from happening. And there's definitely a plan in place to address all of those in the near future. But I can't go into detail on that now.
Awesome. And I don't want to take too much more time so everyone else can ask questions. But last question is, what's going on with the Owls, guys? No, I'm just kidding.
It's a hoot.
I'm just messing. All right, I'll let some other people come up here. I don't want to take everyone's time, but I appreciate you guys letting me up here.
No, yeah, it was nice to talk to you, Michael.
All right, I'll be talking to you soon.